Hello, my beautiful friends. Welcome back to Enlighten Blissful Souls. Goddess Anny with you here energetically. My beautiful friends, hello and welcome. Wow. I'm really looking forward into diving into this reading today. It is a little bit different, but I think that it's one that is deeper than we tend to think about. In this reading, we are going to be diving into what is your life's purpose? What is your soul's purpose? Who are you at soul level? Why are you even here? I mean, have you ever wondered what is the meaning of your existence? Why is it that you go through the things that you go through, the lessons, the challenges, the things that you have to heal, the lessons that you're meant to learn, or maybe the cycles that you're supposed to break out of? What is this all about? Why did your soul decide to have this particular experience with the certain people in the certain situations that you have been faced with? What is it all about? So I'm really intrigued. I'm very excited to dive into this type of topic because this is more of my area. I'm all about knowing and believing that we are here for a bigger purpose, that our existence does have a significance and a meaning. So that is what I'm hoping to dive into. What are your life, let's say, lessons and challenges all about, my beautiful friend? So I have laid out 3 piles for you here to choose from. I will also be placing some crystals in case that you like to choose with crystals instead. So for the first one, we have this beautiful black onyx point. For pile number 2, we have the beautiful mushroom, milky white mushroom. And last but not least, we have aquamarine. All right. And so for pile number 1, we have deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held. I was going to hold it, but I think you can see it like that. And pile number 2, we have play, have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. Pile number 3, you have align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? All right, go ahead and take a moment, taking a deep breath through your nose, inhaling into your entire body, and exhaling when you're ready. And feel out the energy of each of these piles. Which pile or piles are you most drawn to? Of course, that if you are drawn to more than one, that just means that there are other messages in that other pile that could resonate with you. So I do encourage you to take a look or listen into it as well. And I'll leave you to choose your pile, and I will see you in your reading. See ya! Hi, beautiful pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. All right, as I mentioned in the beginning of the reading, today we are diving into your soul's purpose, the reason that you're here, the reason that you are having this experience. We're going to be diving into some of the challenges and things that you go through and basically why you go through those things. What is the meaning behind the experience that you're having in this lifetime as you, as the person that you decided to be in this lifetime? Okay. So let's go ahead and begin. So you have picked out deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held. And right off the bat, with this card, what I feel for you is you are someone who is here to experience life at its fullest. And when I say at its fullest, pile number 1, I mean you could be someone who is so loving and so nurturing and you love to enjoy life. You could be someone who really enjoys traveling. And if not traveling, then having new experiences, like getting to see new and different things. I even feel for you that you could be somewhat psychic or someone who is intrigued and drawn to spiritual astrological things. Maybe you're someone who looks up at the skies, at the stars at night, the moon at night. I do feel some sort of significance around you and the moon or the stars. Maybe you're one of those people that looks up to the sky at night and feels this connection to the universe, that feels drawn to it, that you could maybe stare up at the sky night all night and be okay with that. You are someone who can smell flowers and really tune into that smell of the flower. I'm feeling like tangible. The word tangible comes to mind, and what it tells me is you're here to feel. You're here to literally be in this physical body to experience life at its fullest, whether that is through relationships and you're someone who's really all in, who loves wholeheartedly, or in friendships, or whatever you do, even at work, right? Like whatever you do, you're all in those things is what it feels like. You could be at the pool or at a beach and you're really present in that moment. You're enjoying the water, you're noticing how it feels, and you find enjoyment through these things, you know? All at the same time, your soul is here to experience that back, specifically in relationships, specifically in connections, okay? Let's put it that way, because I think that this goes farther than just in love. I think that in relationships in general, whether that is friendships or even parents or siblings, whatever it is, I'm feeling here that you're someone who really wants to experience that same love that you give back. Like it's part of your soul's mission to also experience that back, you know, what it's like to be in union, what it's like to have a sister and a brother on a deeper level of things, okay? However, I'm also seeing here with the cactus around that you have been, in this lifetime, you have had trouble with that. I don't think that you've had the easiest of relationships. I do see turmoil or turmoil. I don't know what's the word. You've had troubles and challenges forming this sacred, honest and loving relationships. Not to say that you don't have any. I do think you have a few solid, real connections in your life, but more so I think that you've had trouble finding people that love in the way that you do, that give back in the way that you do, right? With whomever that is. And at the same time, though, you still keep the beauty of it all. You're still you. You still show up as this flower. You still are a nurturer, a lover, a giver, right? Regardless of how others may treat you and regardless of these troubles that you find yourself in with these connections is what I'm seeing. Because this is part of your soul's mission, is to experience love and light and everything that is in life that is tangible here in this physical. I hope that that makes sense. All right, let's go to your other card. I think that was a lot that came through with just this one card here. The other thing that I'm seeing here too, it's like you're still hoping, you're still hopeful about experiencing this love, experiencing this joy and this connection to others. You, even when you have gone through, let's say, maybe friendships or a relationship, whether that is with a lover or your parents or a sibling that isn't the healthiest, like there's still a part of you that is like, no, but I know that I'm meant to find my soul tribe. I know I'm meant to receive this back as well, to have that as well. Okay. All right. And then you also have bring it into form. We're going to put that here in the middle. Okay. And you also have embrace your life purpose. I am guiding you towards your divine life purpose. Whatever makes your heart joyful is what you're meant to be doing. Wow, pile number one. That is insane. I mean, literally, like, this reading is about your life's purpose, and you literally have the card. Embrace your life's purpose. I can't believe how fitting this card came out to be in your reading. Wow. So this message for you, I think, is very, very significant and important. Okay. So what I'm seeing here, pile number one, aside from those things that I mentioned, you're more than just your typical average person. Okay, you're someone very special and very unique. So for you in your life, I feel like you're meant to be manifesting things in your life. And what you're supposed to be manifesting in your life is a version of you that has all of their desires. Like, you are someone who is here in this lifetime to play with reality, to bend reality at their own will. And of course, so are we all. We are all here for that purpose. However, some of us don't really even get to be aware of that. So I feel that you're someone who is meant to transform and learn from their challenges, right? Maybe the challenges of the connections that you have, maybe the challenges that you face in your reality, as far as like, you know, in work, maybe being in a place that you are not truly happy in, or in connections, maybe the challenges that you go through in your personal life, you are meant to manifest and transform through that. You're not someone that's here to keep repeating the cycles. You're meant to become aware of these cycles, of the toxicness of what is not for you, and transform and flow and set yourself free. You are here to do a lot more than you think. So when I see here, bring it into form, it's like you are being advised now to create the reality that you desire with the right set of people, with a life that you feel fulfilled and happy in. And then even with the butterfly here, and you see this cat is staring into the butterfly, and this person's writing, and they're very focused. And so with the cat being, or putting its attention on the butterfly, and the butterfly represents transformation, right? You go from being a caterpillar into this beautiful free butterfly. That is what I see for you. You are meant to free yourself. You are meant to live a life where you feel free, whether that is freedom in financially, freedom in relationships where you're not forcing relationships. And you are the creator. You are a manifester. You see how this person's writing? They are writing their own destiny. And even the pen that they're using, you see how divine it is? You see how it's this long, beautiful feather? I feel that you have this special, unique purpose in this lifetime. And that purpose has to do with not only impacting others with your light, with your wisdom, with your nurturing, your unconditional love, and who you are as an individual, but also to create, again, to bend this reality into what you want it to be. However, in order for you to achieve that, in order for you to create this life that you desire and play with this reality as if it was a video game and you're creating everything that you want, from your perfect dream house to your perfect partner to a happy family to healing and growing and becoming a version of you that you are happy and content with, it's like you are here to bring that into form, okay? To step forward and bring things to life, these ideas, these desires that you have in your heart. You're not meant to repeat the lessons. You're not meant to be someone who's, let's say, asleep. You are an awake being, I feel like. And I feel like your guides and your angels guide you a lot. I'm seeing a lot of divine guidance around you, pile number one. A lot of synchronicities. I feel like you're someone who, there's something with light around you, like a light being. I mean, we're all light beings, but it's like with you, it's like you have the, you have this very vibrant essence to you. And you're magnetic. People feel drawn to you automatically. People either really confide in you, like they always come and they just feel open to express themselves to you, or for you to be there for them. Like they know that you're a good person. But that is what you're supposed to be doing. It's fulfilling your heart, fulfilling what makes you most joyful and what makes your heart most excited. So, and you know what I just got as well? I got stop fighting it. Like stop. You cannot continue to fight what you're meant for out of comfort or out of fear. Even with like pursuing your life's purpose, like Maybe you need to pursue something, a dream that you have that is out of your comfort zone or that is too big. I'm saying here, like, you need to follow it. Like, you can't keep doubting it. You can't keep thinking that it's too much of a big dream, that is impossible, that no, like, it's time to bring it into form. Okay. All right. So now, wow, you have 2 of Wands and 2 of Swords. So the number 2 could be of significance for you right now. So we have 2 of Wands and 2 of Swords. And you know what I'm also seeing with the number 2s here? 2s also represent union. So again, back to what I was saying, you're someone who's here to give and receive in terms of love and connection, specifically a connection. So yeah, definitely the number 2 is of significance in terms of that. Connections in general are very important for you. But also the 2s represent balance, the yin and the yang, the feminine and the masculine. Interesting. So I think that this is balancing things out in your life, where you are able to continue being nurturing and loving and giving without losing yourself, while still having boundaries, while still loving yourself enough to not tolerate less than you deserve. Okay? Interesting. But with the 2 of Wands right now, I also feel that when you're faced with certain challenges in your life, when you are in a relationship that you cherish and appreciate, and again, this relationship could be anything. It's not just in love, but also love. I'm talking about also with family members, also with friendships. You are someone who has a very hard time letting go. You do not walk away from someone very easily. I feel that you're someone that walks away when they have been pushed to their limit, when you have been pushed away over and over. That is when you leave someone. You know, there are some individuals that are able to walk away after they've been done wrong 1 or 2 or 3 times. But you're someone that holds on to hope, that still sees the best in people, even after you've been done wrong. You have a hard time letting go, like a really hard time letting go. But it's because of that unconditional love that you're so desirous to feel. It's just that sometimes we give that love to the wrong people. And when I say the wrong people, I just mean people who don't appreciate or reciprocate that back. And then we end up being hurt in return. Okay, so that is something that you need to learn in this life. As I mentioned earlier, it's all about that balance. You need to find your yin and your yang, okay? You need to find your boundaries. Because you have such a delicate, loving, giving heart, you have to also understand that you can't just give that out to just anyone. You have to be picky, my beautiful part number 1, with whom you allow in and give this beautiful, unconditional love that you have to give, okay? And even if right now you find yourself in a dilemma, you find yourself in a situation where you're like, but what do I do? Do I go? Do I stay? Do I allow this person to be in my life still? Do I let them go? Do I take action on this? Do I not? If you find yourself in a dilemma right now, since we have the 2 of Wands twice, or 2 of Wands and 2 of Swords, which both represent very similar energy, it's about you feeling like you're stuck, like you're stagnant, like there's no movement. You're sort of like at a still place, and it's like, okay, do I do this? Do I not? Do I go forward? Do I not? And then it's like, do I take action? Do I not? Maybe not. Maybe I'm good here. I am feeling like you're keeping yourself stuck. You're not actually stuck. You're keeping yourself stuck because you're afraid to make this decision that you need to make. This is fear-based, and the fear is coming out of comfortability. You could be used to this situation or to this person, even if this is in relation to work, even if this is in relation to your dream life, or a relationship. I think it applies in all areas. Either way, the point is that you're hesitating to make this change because of fear. And not just fear, like fear of change, fear of like, okay, but things been this way for a long time and I'm comfortable here and this is just what it's been. Like, what would happen if I take those steps forward? What would happen if I can't see what's happening? What happens if I write that book? What happens if I leave that relationship? What happens if I take a leap of faith? And right now, you shouldn't be questioning that too much, is what I'm hearing. It feels like you should just go for it. Bring it into form. Bring into form the life that you know you deserve and can have, pile number one. Okay, let's go over your other cards. Okay, so we have Ace of Wands. Oh, wow. Ace of Swords. No way. No way, no way, no way, wait. Pile number one. Oh my goodness. I am astounded. Like I am, look, hold on. Okay. I need a moment because this is insanely, you know what? I am going to push this up because I want you to really see what I'm seeing. I'm going to tell you just what I'm seeing. This is mind-blowing. And if you're familiar with tarot, you'll see why this is so mind-blowing. I mean, the synchronicities are insane right now. Okay, hear me out. Even if you're not familiar with tarot, I'm going to explain to you why right now I'm gasping and acting the way that I am. So you have two of wands, and then swords or different type of suit cards in the tarot deck, right? Like there's different suit. And by suit, I mean like there's wands, there's swords, there's pentacles, and there's cups, right? So you have the two of wands, and look at this. Ace of Wands, which ace is number one. So you have, oh my goodness, it's just the synchronicities are insane. They are insane. The synchronicities right now are really synchronizing. Like I feel like right now you could be seeing a lot of repeated numbers around you. A lot of signs in general, not just repeated numbers, but like maybe butterfly, birds, songs that are significant, downloads, all types of synchronicities. But look at that. So you have two of wands with the ace of wands. Then you have two of swords with the ace of swords. Like what is the likelihood? What are the chances that you were going to get these cards in conjunction like that? There's no way. I mean, what are the odds? Do you know how many cards are in tarot? 78. So it's just, this is blowing my mind, okay? I feel that in its own is quite significant. Yeah, there's something that you're supposed to be building or doing that is huge. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me get myself together and let me go back. Pile number one. All right. And wow. Okay. I promise I'm going to get myself together. It's just, this is very, very, very powerful, beautiful energy. Pile number one. Aside from that beautiful synchronicities that we just received in your reading with the numbers, with the way that they lined up, keep in mind that the two of wands and two of swords represent stagnant and confusing energy, as I mentioned earlier, right? Those two cards are talking about feeling stagnant, not knowing what to do, and not being sure if to take action or not. These two cards are telling me that in this lifetime, you are meant to find that clarity. And that is so important. You are meant to find the way. You are going to be taking action. You are going to gain clarity. So wherever you have been feeling unclear and stagnant or incapable, you know how we sometimes have imposter syndrome and we doubt our own capability. We doubt how much we're capable of. We sometimes doubt whether or not we can leave things behind or start new or take a leap of faith. Wow, and remember I was specifically talking about taking a leap of faith and needing to do that? These cards represent just that. Ace is all about new beginnings. So I see new beginnings in terms of you taking action towards things. And I think that what you're going to be taking action towards, since this reading is about your life's purpose, is bringing this into form. It's aligning yourself with the life that you desire and should have in this lifetime, right? Like the reason why your soul decided to come here, you will obtain that. And the reason why I say that is important is because a lot of us don't get to fulfill our life's purpose. And that is actually why we end up coming back to planet Earth because we need to repeat the cycle. And then with Ace of Swords, it's like there's so much clarity that's going to come into you. You are going to be seeing things in a way that you never have before. I'm seeing like your mind expanding and opening up in a way that you never even knew that you could. It's like you're really going to go through this ascension is what I want to say. I was going to say spiritual awakening, but I want to say like this strong ascension. Like you are going to ascend and you're going to see everything from this outer perspective, specifically when it comes to relationships, when it comes to connections. And maybe perhaps you already have, right? Maybe you're going through that right now, but that's something that's coming through with that. Wow. Okay, let's keep going. Wow. Oh my goodness. That really impressed me. Wow. Okay. Let's go ahead and put out your other cards. Beautiful energy. Oh my goodness. I love your lifetime. Honestly, this is one to be proud of. This is one to cherish, even if you sometimes don't feel that way because of the things that you go through. But let me tell you, pile number 1, that you have a beautiful lifetime that you chose here. This is about creation. See, 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, I see you really focusing on your growth, on your development, on becoming the version of you that you know you can be. I see you really focusing on the things that deserve your attention, whether that is relationships, career, money, abundance, joy, becoming more disciplined, becoming more organized, whatever it is. Wow. Yeah, you're going to really get like a whole shift of perspective, and your focus will really be more so on the things that you know you need to focus on the things that you know deserve your attention. And you're going to learn this lesson over time, or you have learned this over time. It's like maybe you were always someone who always focused on others' happiness and pleasing others, and you will be turning that towards yourself so that you can create a more balanced and abundant life for you, while also giving love and helping others, if that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, and we have the 2 of Wands again. See, so it's this person that is in this space, right? She's inside this home. Let me show you. She's inside this home, and it's like, okay, but she's looking out the window. She's daydreaming about what is out there and how much more she could have, how much more she could experience. But it's like, oh, but I'm also in a way comfortable in here. Maybe I should stay here and see the world here. It's like, well, I want to travel the world, and I want to experience this, and I want to experience that, and I want to be in this type of relationship and make that type of money while I'm also enjoying myself all at the same time. But you're also afraid or unsure of how to do that. So in this lifetime, I do feel that you are meant to figure out how to do this. I feel like you are stepping into that. I feel like you will. And look at that. Look at that. You have death and rebirth. This is the spiritual awakening. This is the ascension. Okay, this is what I was talking about. This card represents how your hard times and your challenges, how you are someone that is going to learn from your challenges. There are people who just simply continue to repeat the lesson. People who continue to repeat the cycle, and they don't learn, they don't evolve. Pile number 1, I do not think that you are one of those individuals. I see you rising from the ashes. Okay, like a phoenix. I see you becoming the best version of yourself through the hard times, through the times where people did not appreciate you, through the times that you self-sabotaged. I see you ending cycles. Look at that, the wheel. I see you going through these cycles of life. Like, again, it might take you a little while to learn these lessons, but you will. You will. And in turn, the universe will be on your side. And in turn, I see the universe blessing you with a life that feels fulfilling, with a life that feels abundant, that you feel like, whoa, I'm grateful for this life. Like, I have created the life that I wanted because I know what I'm tolerating. I know what I'm not tolerating. And in turn, the universe is going to be like, you know what? This person has done the work. This person has prioritized themselves. They deserve this. So you have good luck. You have good karma on your side, whether that is in relationships and you meeting your soulmate, just everything. Wow. Yeah. You're very fortunate. You are very fortunate because you'll be focusing on you. Okay, that's when that's going to come in. You have to do this work. You have to let go. You have to make changes. You have to learn. And I promise you, I feel like this is meant for you. Like, you will have the life that you desire. You will fulfill your life's purpose here. Yes, justice. Again, with the yin and the yang and finding balance. You see that? You see the balance here? You see how there's the dark side, the feminine, and the masculine. You see that? Like, there's this version of you, the nice, good person, the light version, and then the dark version, which is about your healing and your shadow work and realizing things about yourself, letting go of things. Wow. This is such a beautiful reading. You don't know how amazed I am by your energy. I'm very amazed by your energy. This is very powerful energy. You are a manifester. You are a creator, and you're meant to do that in this lifetime. So I would say, part number one, continue following your heart. You're someone who's very intuitive. You know these things, or you're getting to know them. So I would say follow your intuition, follow your heart, and you're going to know just what you need to do. Your heart will literally align you and guide you to where you need to be. And also, of course, the beautiful signs and synchronicities that you're receiving from your divine team. Wow. This has been such a pleasure, pile number one. If you have enjoyed this reading as much as I did, or even if you just found this insightful or interesting, or maybe you just want to show me some support and some love, please do give this video a thumbs up. I would really and gratefully appreciate that. It does help my channel grow. It does expose me more. So please do give this a thumbs up, and also subscribe if you feel drawn to do so, as I would love to grow together and continue learning in this life, in this journey of life together. All right, my beautiful friend, I will see you in the next reading. See ya. Hi, bio number 2. Welcome to your divine reading and insight or clarity on what it is that your soul, specifically you and specifically, is doing in this lifetime. Why are you here? What are your experiences about? Why do you go through the challenges and lessons that you go through? What is the purpose? What is the meaning of it all? My beautiful friend, if you could please give this video a thumbs up, I would highly and greatly appreciate that. It does help my channel grow. It does push the video more out there. So I would actually appreciate it if you can give a video a thumbs up. And also subscribe if you feel drawn to do so. I do look forward to connecting again in the future, and also growing and expanding in this journey of life together. All right, without further ado, my beautiful friend, let's go ahead and dive into your reading. Okay, so I'm going to set out these cards here. Okay. My beautiful pile number 2. Interesting. As far as your life's purpose, your journey, and why you're here, something that, you know what's coming to mind? I'm not gonna lie. I feel like you're more of a newer soul. So I don't know if you've ever heard that there are new souls and old souls. Meaning, if you're an old soul, you're someone who has done lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. I mean, like endless of lifetimes, 800 times lifetimes here and in different planets and so on. If you're someone that believes in reincarnation and all of that, right? Then we also have new souls, meaning that you've only had maybe a few lifetimes, or this could even be your first lifetime here on planet Earth. Instantly and right off the bat, there's like an energy of like a newer soul for you. That doesn't mean that you are not wise, or that you don't have, let's say, old souls characteristics. Not at all. But it just means that I don't think you're someone who has been in planet Earth many, many times. Again, if you're someone that believes in that type of thing, I personally do believe that we do reincarnate, and that we have been here more than once. With that being said, my beautiful friend, in this lifetime, I think that the focus for you about your soul's reason to be here is to really experience life. And with pile number 1, and maybe you were drawn to pile number 1, I was saying something similar, but with you it's a little different. Like, the way that I feel like you're here to experience life, it's more so in a fun way. And so pile number 1, I also felt like they needed to experience life, but more so like connections and people and stuff, right? And more so in that aspect. For you, especially because you have play and it says have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious, I am feeling like you're someone who really likes to enjoy life. You're someone that you could be like a jokester. Like maybe you like to make jokes. Maybe you like to laugh a lot. Maybe you're silly. You're very goofy, or you like to make others laugh. You like to try new experiences, go out to different places, go out and have fun times, enjoying life, whether that is having a drink with a friend, whether that is going out and pampering yourself, whether that is traveling and having new experiences. Like, I feel like you're here to play. And with new birth, that literally takes me back to you maybe being a newer soul. And typically newer souls are like this. They're very, let's say, more so like childlike, very curious about certain things. Like, oh, let's try this, let's try that, let's, go here this time, let's go there this time. And so I feel like that's part of your soul's mission, is that it wants to experience life more. And I'm talking about like expanding, broad experience, like maybe going to Europe, or if you're in Europe, coming to this side of the country, or North America, and just different places, and like meeting different type of people. Cultures is coming to mind. Experiencing different cultures. Maybe you're intrigued in a culture that is not just your own. Like, you're intrigued in different cultures and learning about them and experiencing them. Maybe you really like their food, or you're really drawn to a different culture that is not your own. Like, it just feels like you want to be this free soul. I see you wanting to express yourself in a fun way. Maybe you really like to dance or sing or like scream out from your heart. I don't know, that's just something that came to mind. But I see you wanting to be as free as possible. I don't think that you're someone that likes to feel like they're being controlled. You're not someone who likes to stay in the same routine for too long, like the same lifestyle. Like, I don't see you, let's say, working at the same job forever. I don't see you being in the same place for too long. While there are others that get very comfortable where they are for a long time, they can stay at a job for years on and they're fine. I feel like you might be someone who's opposite. Like, you like to change, you like to have new experiences, right? Like, you might get bored easily is what I'm feeling. With that being said, at the same time, in a way, sometimes though, this could be a little reckless. Not that you're a reckless person. It's just because there's a lot of change, or you get bored easily. I feel like that can come with some sort of reckless decisions or choices, is what that almost feels like. So there's some challenges and things that you go through. So you're also meant to learn to ground yourself in this lifetime. I feel like you're meant to learn to become a little bit more still, more into yourself. Like, yes, experience and, try new things and be lively and enjoyous, but at the same time, learn to have a sacred connection with yourself and others. At the same time, learn to build long-term stability things that will last in your life. Because I feel like these two energies sometimes can collide. This part of you that gets bored quickly. Maybe you get bored of people quickly. Maybe you get bored of certain things quickly, habits or hobbies, and maybe you have a hard time staying consistent with things because of that. So that is what I'm feeling. It's like sometimes that can be a little chaotic. So it's important to learn how to also harvest grounded energy when you need it, so that you're not jumping from place to place. I hope that makes sense. Okay. Let's go ahead and pull some cards to get more clarity here. All right, so we have Innocence of Wands and Six of Cups. So that is the Page of Wands. Interesting. And the Six of Cups. Okay, let's go ahead and get some more cards. And maybe we can, you know what? I want to kind of just fit everything together. So we're going to move this up so we can fit all of the cards in the screen. Yeah, see, Innocence of Wands, that tells me that you're here to learn a lot in this lifetime. So don't be surprised if you're often finding yourself in different situations, in different scenarios, in different experiences. And if life is constantly like putting you in these different scenarios and experiences, because you're here for that. Your soul wants to experience life as much as it can. It wants to grasp a little bit of everything in every aspect. You know what I mean? And sorry, let me just organize this. I feel like your soul is a dreamer as well. Or I feel like your soul has this energy where it likes to be adventurous. There we go. It's this adventurous energy to you. There's a lot that you want to focus on and do at the same time. Like you have an idea of the type of family that you want to be in, the type of foundations that you want to set, how you want to grow and develop, the type of things that you're going after. I feel like your soul is here for multiple reasons. It's like it's not honing in one thing. There's like different things here. Your connections to others, your connection to yourself, your happiness, your joy. Like, I feel like you're more so here to discover, discover yourself, just to test things out. Like, this is more so like a test run for you. I don't think like this is it. I don't think that this is the only lifetime. I think you're going to be coming back. And you're going to want to come back, even if you're like, no, there's no way I want to have this experience again. I promise your soul understands things at a much higher level. And even just reading the energy right now, I feel like this is a test run for you is what is coming through. Like you're just testing things, you know, when you go and have a little bite of this type of food and that food and you're tasting the different flavors. Like that is what you're doing. And that is solely why you're here. This is why you're so adventurous. This is why you get bored of things so quick. This is why you are in different situations or you feel the need to try different things. It's like your soul just wants to have a little bit of taste of everything. Maybe you're someone who's very friendly or very outgoing. Maybe you have a lot of different connections and you find fulfillment in that. You cherish a lot of connections. Let me say that too. Yeah, this does resonate a lot with power number 1, just with a bit of different energy. But you do cherish connections a lot as well. Something about children. I think you, in this lifetime, you're someone who's meant to have children or even siblings. Something, if it's not children for you, it's siblings. Something about siblings and your connection, like your, let's say the lessons, the soul contract that you have with siblings or your children are also going to be specific in this lifetime for you. Like I feel like you will be learning a lot through these beings, whether it's your children or your younger siblings. Something about younger siblings or younger energy. There's a lot of kids. And even with the Empress here being pregnant, literally, there's a lot of like birthing. And this card literally says new birth. And you have the Empress, which she's literally pregnant. And again, this isn't just someone who's pregnant or children. It's also like just a childlike energy. Like you're here to be a child in this life. And not in an immature way. In the way that a child expresses itself, in a way that a child believes that is innocent, right? Not saying that you're just an innocent person. I want to be careful with my words because I want you to understand what I'm saying. It's the way that you are meant to live this life. And so what I'm saying is when there's restrictions, when there are people who are controlling you, when there are things that stop you, when there are like rules, like I don't really feel like you're someone that does well with rules or likes rules too much. I guess maybe depending on what they are, but you're not someone with like, I don't know if you do well with routines. I don't think that you do well with like structure in a way. Like you might want structure, you might like structure, or you may have structure, but you're somebody more so that like, you want to be free. You want to laugh. You want to be the goofy one. You want to be the joker. You want to just be yourself. You want to be unique and different. That's something else that's coming through as well. Is that you're very unique. You're very different. You are, how do I explain it? It's like you fit in, but you don't fit in. Like people like you and they're drawn to your energy because you have this energy of a free spirit. And people love that energy about you, but you're also a very unique individual. Okay, let's go ahead and pull some tea leaves and see what else is coming through for you. Okay, we have woman, dealings or relationship. Oh, let's just put this here. Dealings or relationship with a woman. We have carrot, opportunity or windfall. And we also have ear, good news. Oh, you know what? About the good news too, pile number 2. I feel like there are some sort of news that you may be hearing soon that, dragon, be aware of self-delusion. I feel like there are some sort of news that you could be receiving soon that could play a part in your life's purpose, that is going to allow you to tune more into your life's purpose. Then we have box, you will receive a gift. Oh my God, we're just talking about that. Yeah, literally. So I'm feeling like there are some sort of news or something that you will hear or know of that is going to place you more into your life's purpose. So this does feel more significant. Whatever these news are, I feel like it's going to be more significant. Like it's going to be part of why your soul is here. It's in regards to that. Like it's bridging something. Okay, it's going to connect you to that. So if you have been waiting for an opportunity, waiting to hear good news, oh my God, like literally opportunity windfall, good news, you will receive a gift. And then even with the Page of Wands, which also represents receiving some sort of news you've been waiting for, just know that there is something coming in for you soon. And be aware of self-delusion. This is telling me, be aware of like doubting yourself. Like don't doubt yourself, okay? When this comes, don't try to back out of fear or doubt. Don't allow imposter syndrome to come through and try to convince you otherwise. And just know that you are meant for this. Like your soul knew that this would happen and you are meant for that. Okay, so I wanted to ask Spirit about what is this good news that you're going to be hearing on? What is this about? And why? Like, what is it? Basically, and of course, it's going to be different for every individual. But what I'm seeing here, pile number 2, is that this good news is going to be in regards to something that you have really been waiting on or wanting. Okay, it's something that for a while you have been a bit disappointed on, or you have been a bit discouraged on, in the sense that like maybe you have been wishing or working towards something and it's been a while that like it just isn't happening. You were putting in the work, but it felt like a journey and you just weren't getting what you wanted. So I feel like this is the time that you're going to get that blessing. This is the time that your work and your prayers are finally going to take off, because you have the Hangman. So your perspective is really going to change. I also see healing coming in for you. Pile number 2. Some sort of work that we need to do. So I feel like maybe that work has to do with the self-delusion, okay? So when it comes with like your soul's purpose and why you're here and these challenges that you're going through, perhaps even this challenge with this thing that you want, this could be about attracting the right person, getting a new job, or starting a new habit or a new routine, right? That maybe you have been struggling with. I feel like for your soul to better cope with these things, for your soul to really learn the lesson, is you have to learn to flow with things. You have to learn to enjoy the process instead of dwelling on like negative thoughts or how you're not capable or how this is not going to happen for you, how you're not lucky enough, how this is too much of a desire. You need to focus more on, let me enjoy step by step. Let me enjoy the process. Like, how can I make this fun? And maybe you're like, Anny, this is not a situation that I can make fun. Like, what do you mean? Actually, you can. Even if you're going through a hard time, even if, let's say, you are working on attracting the right person in your life, or you are working on bringing in more money, right? Putting yourself in a new position or a new job. Have fun during the process. Tell yourself that it's okay. If you get this person, if you get the job, great. If you don't, even better. It's okay. Don't dwell on it. Don't beat yourself up over it. And more so, know and trust that what is for you is for you. In this lifetime, you are meant to just experience, to try this, do that, do this, do that. And it's okay. Some things will not work out. Some things will, and that's fine. At the end of the day, you are here for just that. The experience, the moment. So when you're not in the moment, when you're not going with the flow, when you're not just like, you know what, I had this experience, that was cool, I learned this from that, cool, let me move on to the next thing. When you don't do that and you just get stuck on that, that is when your soul feels out of alignment. That is when your things don't feel right and things continue to go wrong, because you're here meant to just learn and move on to the next thing. Like, do one thing, okay, cool, that didn't taste so good, that wasn't so great, whatever, on to the next. You know what I mean? You're supposed to be able to just jump to the next, and that is just who you are at soul level. So pile number 2, I feel that it is time for you to complete some sort of cycle now. It is time for you to go on to the next adventure. Okay, there was something in your life that is completely not fulfilling you right now. And I feel like this phase of your life is significant. I feel like it is a great lesson. It could be in terms of relationships. For a lot of you, I'm feeling that type of energy. Family members, okay? Or maybe just yourself, right? Maybe you're living out an old version of yourself and becoming into the new. The point is that there's this message of completion. You have 10 of Pentacles with the 10 of Cups. It is time to settle down. Like, it is time to just, maybe not exactly settle down, or maybe settle down, but it's more so like it is time to hone in into what you want while enjoying everything at the same time. It is time to like find your niche, if you will, find what makes you happy and have fun and be expressive through that. Okay, but you must first close out a chapter and allow the new one to come in. Power number 2. Wow, my beautiful friend. This is interesting. I really like your energy because you have such a beautiful, light, and fun and expressive energy to you. Do not dim your light, power number 2. You are meant to shine in this lifetime. You are meant to be celebrated. All right, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you have found this insightful. Again, please do give this video a thumbs up if you have found it helpful, or if you just want to support me. And I will see you in the next video. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your divine reading and divine insight on what is your soul's purpose. Why are you here? What is this about? Why do you go through the challenges and the lessons that you go through? Why did you even incarnate as you in this physical body? What's this all about? What is the meaning? All right, my beautiful friend, we are going to go ahead and dive into that. If you could please give this video a thumbs up, I would truly appreciate that from everything within my heart. It does actually help my channel grow. So if you would like to show support, I would really appreciate that. And subscribe if you feel drawn to. Let's stay connected and grow together in this journey of life. All right, my beautiful friends. So I'm going to put out these cards here. And let's see what your life's purpose is about. Okay. Interesting. Okay. What I'm seeing here is, you see, interesting, because I feel like these 3 images have something in similar. And it's sort of like not distortion, but you see how like there's pieces like this. There's also lines and squares and pieces here, and even here with the light, right? And that tells me that sometimes perhaps your life could feel that way. Like it's very distorted, or like you just can't get it in order. You can't get it to be what you want it to be. Maybe sometimes your life feels like it doesn't go your way most of the time. Like you don't have the relationships that you desire to have. You don't have the amount of money that you desire to have. You're not living a fulfilled life, a life that is in alignment with you. Perhaps that is where you are now, because I don't feel like this is what your life is meant to be. I think that is more so of the energy that you are in right now, right? Specifically with the card that you chose, align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? Which actually makes sense. What I'm saying here about your soul, pile number 3. I feel like you are one that perhaps goes through quite a lot of lessons. And I feel like these lessons often come in different forms. Sometimes they're really big lessons, sometimes they're small lessons. And of course, we all go through lessons in life, but you in particular, I feel like sometimes, often, rather than not, you go through a lot of these like challenges and lessons. You know what I mean? Like it's like this constant feeling of not being aligned, if that makes sense. And it's not that is what your soul is here to do. I feel like your soul is here to, your soul is telling me that you're here to learn your truest potential, to learn how actually powerful you are. You're here to realize how capable you are, to realize that you can create the life that you desire, but more so about yourself. There's emphasis around like knowing how strong you actually are and how much control you actually have over your life. Like you're here to realize and acknowledge and step into your power. You know that we constantly fill ourselves with doubt. We often think that we're not capable of things, whether it is leaving a toxic relationships, leaving a job that is not fulfilling us, cutting out a family member, or just changing situations in our life. Sometimes we feel like we don't actually have control over those things because of our emotions, because of the attachment that we have to these people and these things. Your soul said, okay, you're going to go through this set of challenges. You're going to go through this set of lessons for you to realize that you are someone so infinite and so powerful. Like you are much more than you realize. And you need to realize that. Like the whole point is for you to realize like, whoa, I'm actually this being that like can create and do anything. Like I can manifest anything into my life. If you want to manifest the perfect partner, someone who's loving, loyal, thoughtful, considerate, loving, like whatever it is, you want to manifest a certain amount of money, a certain freedom without forcing things. You want to become a version of yourself that doesn't self-sabotage, that is consistent, that is true to themselves. You can and you will. But this life is about you realizing that. And then when you do, truly realize that, you are going to manifest that because you are a manifestator. You are the spiral of manifestation. It's like you're meant to manifest and realize these things through your lessons, through the things that are not in alignment with you, okay? And because you have gone through so much, because you're someone that has a lot of things that they have overcome or that they have experienced in terms of traumas or hard times, you're also someone who's very wise. You're also someone who holds a lot of wisdom that you could share with others because you also be a light to others. You have a powerful message to share. Shine your light on the world so that others can learn from you. And this tells me that even if you're not really there yet, or even if you're not really open to the idea of sharing your messages with others, perhaps it's just with close friends. Perhaps it's just with those you feel comfortable doing so. But if not, I feel like your past, your trauma, can really help others. You could be someone of service. You can be someone that teaches others how to overcome what you have overcome. Let's say that you had childhood trauma with your parents, or you had a traumatic event in your past, right? That you now have a certain clarity or understanding or wisdom in because you have done the work. You're meant to then share that with others. Just as we look up things on the internet, on YouTube, or whatever it is, or we go and ask someone that we know has that wisdom. Hey, I'm going through a breakup right now. I'm going through a divorce. Hey, I just lost my job. What should I do? How should I move about this? How should I handle this situation? And then we receive that you are someone like that to others because of everything you have endured in this lifetime, okay? You're very wise, and there's something about your intuition, your third eye as well. So I feel like you are someone who's awake, who's aware of themselves. I feel like you are doing the work though. I feel like you are becoming more aware of your essence, because I don't feel like you're someone who's meant to stay on the lower spectrum of things in this life. I feel like you do know that your soul has a special and meaningful purpose in this lifetime. I feel like you are someone who knows that that you're unique and that you are a light being and, the deeper spiritual things. And yeah, it's you're meant to lead others, to guide others, to be a light to others through what you have gone through. It's if you escaped or healed from a toxic relationship, you can talk about that. You can help someone leave a toxic situation that they're in now because of that, because now you have that experience. Wow, this is beautiful. I feel like you're co-creating with the universe. And if you're not right now, you will be for sure. It's just a matter of aligning yourself, though. You have to continue aligning yourself. And I feel like this is where you are right now. You are leaving behind the things that are not serving you. You are leaving behind the version of you that is not your highest self. The sabotaging behavior, the limiting beliefs. Like, you are aligning yourself, though. You are making changes. Beautiful, pile number 3. I love this. Love, 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 love. Oh my God, my heart. Okay, let's see. Ooh, 3 of Cups. Yeah, you're someone who really likes and loves connection and working with others. And then 7 of Swords. Okay. Yeah, you're someone I feel like enjoys being there for others, whether you're just a listening ear or you're giving guidance. I feel like you do enjoy connections, right? I also feel like you enjoy your alone time, but there's something about like union as well for you in your heart. And I feel like this has been quite the journey though for you. Like, this life, again, has not been the easiest in certain ways. Like, I'm feeling the number 3 of significance, but there could be like maybe 3 particular situations. And it doesn't have to be just 3, of course. It could be more or less. But there have been very particular challenges and traumas that you have endured that really did it for you. They could have been, let's say, your dark night of the soul. They could have been what transformed you. That could have been like what made you like, okay, whoa, this is really what life is about. Like, you realize that, or like, whoa, I really need to change. Aside from like the other challenges that you have gone through. And when I say challenges, it could be like emotional challenges. It could be, mental challenges like overthinking or learning to become more emotionally mature and making better decisions and so on, right? So your soul is here really more so for that. I just feel like you're here to manifest, to create the life that you want and to be of guidance to others. It's just that sometimes you struggle with that though, like how? Maybe sometimes you don't know how. You're working on the how. Sometimes we don't need to know how. Sometimes we just trust divine guidance. Sometimes we just take one step at a time, one day at a time, and allow things to be revealed to us. But let's see what else is here. Like, why is your soul here? Why do you go through what you go through? Oh, wow. Wow. Interesting. Okay, I'm just gonna adjust the camera. Okay, I just had to fix the camera so that everything can fit a little better. So, wow. I feel like one of the major lessons in this lifetime for you could have been relationships. There is huge emphasis around relationships. I'm not going to lie here. And when I say relationships, this could be in love and with family member, friendships, and so on, okay? Not just in love, but certainly also love. Yeah, I see a lot of turmoil, a lot of chaos, a lot of imbalance when it comes to relationships and connections for you, pile number 3. I feel like there's a lot of lessons, like maybe perhaps a lot of the lessons that you learned have been through relationships, some sort of how or way. Like, your partner has taught you so much, even though it was toxic or it was bad. Maybe you learned more strength. Maybe you learned to love yourself more. Maybe you learned to set boundaries. Or maybe through a sibling, you learned something, how to be more mature, how to be more loving, more thoughtful. Like, they taught you something. Maybe your sibling really, through a sibling, in whatever way that was, you could have learned something, right? And this isn't easy. Like, this has not been easy. It really has not. This has taken a lot of you. This has taken a lot of hurt, a lot of pain, a lot of grief, okay? There's deep grief here that I'm seeing. A lot of destruction. Like, your world had to be turned upside down. Everything had crumbled down. Everything about you as a being, emotionally, mentally, like you... Wow, pile number 3. I send you so much love and so much healing light. I hope that this is the energy of the past and not now. And if this is resonating with you now, with what you're going through right now, just know, literally, look at the sun right here. You have the King of Swords right next to the sun. The sun is all about hope, optimism, positivity, seeing the light, going into the light. Like, there's better coming, okay? And I'm not just saying that to say it's in the cards. There's better coming for you, okay? I know that this has been quite the journey, quite the battle. And I feel like you're someone who's always tried. You're someone who always gives their best, who always tries to be optimistic, but your soul chose to endure a lot of challenges, a lot of lessons, a lot of heartbreak and disappointment and grief and anger, maybe even perhaps for some of you, resentment, and for you to practice forgiveness, for you to practice more self-love, okay? Like all of this in turn also, it's about your own empowerment. As I was saying, all of these challenges is also that you can realize your potential. Like that is what your life is about. That is why your soul said, I'm going to planet Earth as whatever individual in this body, in this environment, what this family group, for you to realize, like all of your circumstances, everything has led you or is leading you to realize who you are at core, at soul level, as a light being, as an eternal being, as a limitless being. Pound number 3. Wow, this actually resonates with me, honestly. It's very similar to my journey and my story. So it's like, through all of this destruction, through all of these things that you felt like never really worked out in your favor, you know, maybe you were with a person that you always hoped to be with and that didn't work out. Maybe you wanted to have a different type of relationship or dynamic with your family, with maybe a parent or a brother, or you wanted things to go a different way. You wanted them to be more in your life and more loving, more supportive, and unfortunately they were not. Or maybe with friendships, right? Like a lot of challenge here with relationships, right? It's all part to lead back to you. Everything just keeps going back to you. Everything keeps going back to showing you something about yourself. Like these are all reflections of something that you need to see about yourself. And what you need to see is just that, the manifestation, the creation, the empowerment, the who you are, how amazing of a being you are. Like you are God, you are source. You know what I mean? And so I feel like this is something that you will be gaining clarity on. Like if you are here now, this is something that you're going to start realizing and seeing more and more each time. This is something that you are going to understand through divine guidance. Yeah, I feel like you are spiritually awakened. I feel like you are awake. You know what I'm talking about. And so with the sun here, I do feel like you will fulfill your life's purpose. I feel like you will move through these challenges. I feel like you are going to get to where you need to with the sun. This is very bright, radiant energy. I'm feeling fire energy as well. You could be a fire sign, earth sign. Of course, you could be any of the signs, but just some of what I'm feeling here. Also, with that type of energy, this could just mean that you are someone who has resilience, that no matter how many times they fall, you continue going up. And that's something that I'm seeing here with the 5 of Wands too, is like you keep trying. Like you see how the wands are all falling down and everybody's falling down. You're still aiming for that fire. You're still aiming for the light. You're still like, you know what? I can escape. I can get it. We're going to do it. And like you keep fighting to get to a better place. Like your challenges and the hard things that you go through don't just beat you down and you stay there. Like they might for a little bit, but then you get back up and you keep trying because you know that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. You know that there's more, that you're meant for more, that you can do this, even with the doubt sometimes, even with the long journey of ups and downs and lesson after lesson. Okay, so really quick, we're just going to pull some tea leaves and see what else is coming through for you. Okay, so we have this. Vulture, depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you. So we have horse, short journey. Okay. Dog up close, pleasure with close friend. With short journey here, pile number 3. You know what I'm feeling? I'm feeling like you could be coming. You have flute, disappointment in a friend or lover. Interesting. And especially that it's right next to that card. Rooster, an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. Okay. But you know what I'm feeling with the short journey? It's like you are coming to ending cycles in a certain way. When I say ending cycles, like, it feels like you're not going to be going through these type of things that much longer, but it is going to be up to you. It's going to be up to you to decide to learn the lesson sooner rather than later. You know what I mean? And with short journey, and then with the cards that came out, they're really pointing out to certain connections. And I know that I mentioned that in this lifetime, you seem to, let's say, have more challenges or struggle with connections, relationships. And then look at the cards that came out, right? Pleasure with a close friend, disappointment in a friend, an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. So this is telling me that, like, you need to really clean out your friendship, your relationships, not friendship, just relationships in general, right? You need to really take a look at who is in alignment with you, who is meant to be in your life, and who is not. Because I feel like that's something that could really be slowing you down right now. This is part of the lesson that you're meant to learn, that maybe you're prolonging a little too long. And that is causing all of this turmoil. That is causing all of this chaos. It's holding you back to realizing who you truly are. So I also see like the same lesson happening over and over again until you finally learn this. And then it's like you do have a few good ones in your life. You do have good friends and supporters and people that truly, genuinely love you. So it's like put more of your focus and appreciation on those people and not these. Okay? Because these people could be quite arrogant. They could be quite manipulative. And they're going to continue disappointing you. Pile number 3. Wow. Okay. My beautiful friend, that is your reading. I feel that overall you are in the right journey. You're heading in the right direction. You just need to remember that your soul is just trying to show you your potential. This lifetime is about you and stepping into your power. And you're going to step into your power through these lessons, through these challenges, okay? Beautiful energy here. All right, my beautiful friend, thank you so much for joining me today. It is always such a pleasure. Please make sure that you have liked the video and also subscribe if you feel drawn to do that. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.